Daily bias is probably the reason you're taking far too many losing trades, and choosing a daily bias can be hard and overcomplicated. However, daily bias can be made simple, easy to follow, and repeatable if you follow the steps I'm about to share with you. And better still, this system I'm about to share with you will help you to become profitable. So before we jump into the charts, daily bias likely has the biggest impact on your trading. Far too many traders spend too much time on the lower time frames, and they either ignore the higher time frames altogether, or they don't have a system to allow them to be correct in market direction for that given day. What I'm about to share with you will help you be on the right side of the market more often than not, and will save you from trading against the market. So first of all, what is daily bias in simple terms? Well, simply put, it's the overall direction price is most likely to head towards during that trading session or that trading day. Simple as. Why is daily bias important? It's important because once you get your daily bias correct, it will be the most likely deciding factor in if your entry is going to be correct or wrong. Okay, so let's break this bias down into segments. There's three things that I want you to consider. The first one is, what is the overall market's daily trend from that higher time frame macro perspective? So this is gold on the daily chart, pretty zoomed out, and we can see that the market is printing higher highs and higher lows. So we have a trending market. And that's what we want to look for. Step two is, do we have a clear target? So in a bullish market, do we have a high which price is likely to be drawn to? And in a bearish market, do we have a low which price is likely to be drawn to? So if we are printing higher highs and higher lows, we're in a bullish market. And what we can see is we have these swing highs as reference for targets, because we want to be looking at buys, right? If we were in a bearish market, we'll be looking at the opposite. And step three is, do we have our 4-hour and 15-minute entry model, which I'm going to share with you for free. So let's zoom in some more on the gold chart. We've seen already that we're in a bullish market. It is a trending market, which is what I recommend you go and search for. If you're trading a range-bound market, you are going to have difficulty no matter what the strategy is. With a trending market, you have more predictable price movements, and like I say, you have that price anticipated target. So if price is likely going to create new all-time highs, then you have most of the work already done for you. So going all the way back to over a year ago, we've been printing high highs and higher lows from a swing point perspective on that higher time frame. If we were to zoom into more current price action, the last 3-4 months, we can see that we are still printing high highs and higher lows. So the idea here is to trade into these swing highs as your anticipated target. That's step one. Now there is another daily confluence that I do like to look at, and it's how the previous day candle closed. If the previous daily candle closed with a bullish body beyond the previous day before that, then we are looking likely as a continuation. And if yesterday's candle closed with a wick on the previous day before that, this could be a sign of a reversal. However, with that, the one thing that overrides that is our key driver, which I refer to as our 4-hour chart. So if we are in a bullish market and we see a wick close on yesterday, it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be looking for sales. We want to look on the 4-hour. If price is driving into a 4-hour low, then that overrides that daily bias signal. Now the next step is dropping down to the 4-hour, and what we want to be looking at on the 4-hour is sweeps of liquidity. 4-hour as a key driver is very powerful when we see a trending market with 4-hour liquidity that's well priced, and then an instant reaction from that. So what I mean by instant reaction is, like this case down here, we see price drive into this 4-hour low and then close with a wick. And we also see the next 4-hour candle closes bullish. So we get a retrace candle straight after that. The next example, and I'm going to show you 3 examples, we have the same thing. We have price print a new higher time frame high, pulls back down into discounted of the range, takes 4-hour internal range liquidity, and then we get a bullish body retrace candle soon after that run on liquidity. And the third example, we will see here a wick this time, so it's engineered liquidity, there's nothing to the left other than this fair value gap, and then we see a wick closed. So a nice sign of rejection at a well priced, again, of this overall range. It's well in discount of this overall daily swing range, and a run on 4-hour liquidity with a reaction, either the same candle or within a few 4-hour candles. So what do we have now? We have daily trending asset, we have discounted pricing, we have 4-hour liquidity sweep with the nature of price reacting to the upside, which is what we want to see, which shows that this level of liquidity is likely to hold. And the next thing we want is a clear target on price. So if we zoom out just slightly, we can see that this high over here is our daily swing high, which will be our anticipated target. Once price reaches that, we want to be sat on our hands and waiting for the next accumulation to begin. So now let's jump down to a 15-minute and just have a look to see what entry model that we have and how we can take advantage of this daily bias system. So we're only looking for buys. Our daily time frame has been sorted. Our 4-hour time frame has been sorted. We've got our 15-minute entry criteria now, which first of all starts with a 15-minute structural shift. Now this can be external range or internal range. With this, we can see that our 15-minute range is actually quite large. So inside of this is internal range 15-minute price structure, where it's printing lower lows until this point. It prints a high, and then a higher low, another higher high, another higher low, another higher high. So we have a trending market which aligns on the 15-minute, the same with the 4-hour, and the same with the daily. We have an anticipated target, which is a higher time frame structural high, which I draw back on because we can no longer see. It's over here. There we go. And then lastly, the entry model that I prefer is a 15-minute sweep of liquidity inside New York kill zone, which we can see really clearly here. Price action takes this 15-minute external low, and then New York session, we get this retrace candle, which we can enter either on the body or place a buy stop order above the wick, stop loss protection below this low, and then we can see we actually get over a 5-to-1 with that stop loss to the high, which price does actually make it to. Now I will show you, now we've seen that position, what the daily candle, the previous daily candle as that added confluence looks like, because it is something I use as an added confluence, not a hard rule, but it's nice to see. So the date of that entry was the 9th of August. So we want to look at Thursday, the 8th of August to see how that day closed. So let's go back just before the end of that day. Jump to the daily time frame. And if we look at this last candle here, what did it do on the 8th? It closed above the previous day high and with a body. So this is a nice added confluence that price is going to continue higher in that direction, especially if it's following the overall higher time frame trend. Okay, so let's have a look at the second example. Again, nothing's changed on the daily. I'll just make this visible everywhere. So nothing's changed on the daily, we're still bullish. Do we have a price target? We have this previous daily swing high, which is an all-time high at that point. We have a consolidation in price. We have an overall swing range. We have price come down into discount of this range. And if we zoom in more, we can see, like I showed you earlier, we had this internal 4-hour run on liquidity and a reaction straight after it. So soon after a 4-hour sweep following trend with a higher time frame target, we want to be then looking at our 15-minute entry model and trading into that target. Simple as that. So let's drop down to the 15-minute, and then once we've looked at this entry model, we'll have a look at that previous daily candle closure to see if we get that higher time frame confluence as well in our favor. So what do we get? 4-hour sweep of liquidity. This is our 15-minute external range. So we're looking at a 15-minute structure shift internally, because if we're waiting for an external, that's absolutely fine, but we'd be waiting for price to get all the way up to here before we do anything. So can we afford to be more aggressive when we're seeing it printing higher highs and higher lows internally on the 15-minute? Yes, we can. What's our 15-minute preferred entry model? It's inside New York session, because this is a commodity. Same for indices. You get that injection of volatility around New York Open, which is about 2:30 UK time. And this trade was executed just after 3:30 UK time. So price ran into this 15-minute internal low. We saw that retrace candle, which did have a wick. So you can either place your buy stop above the whole candle, or you can market execute if you have confidence in your edge and that market direction, as well as timing. We have everything aligned here. Stop loss, you can give enough breathing space, especially on gold, but we have enough stop loss placement below these lows. And that target, if we zoom out, is that previous daily swing high, and this is giving you a nice 4-to-1. Now the date of this entry was the 10th of September, so let's now have a look at that previous daily closure to see if we had that added confluence. And we want to be looking at how Monday the 9th of September closed. So let's go back to Monday the 9th, just before the day ends, drop to the daily time frame, and we will zoom in. Now what we can see here is the Friday before the Monday actually wicked the low and the high of the previous day. And then the Monday did neither. It stayed within the range of the previous candle. It didn't take the low, it didn't take the high. But one thing it did do is it closed bullish. So that is in somewhat of a way a confluence. Again, we're looking at buys. We're in a bullish market. We've got a bullish trend. We are well priced. We've got a 4-hour liquidity sweep, sell side liquidity in discount of this leg. We have a higher time frame target, and we're only using this as a confluence anyway. But even though it came close but did not wick and sweep the previous day, it did stay within the range. So we're looking at the previous daily confluence as a sweep of liquidity on the previous Thursday, and it closed bullish, which is showing bullish intent in the market. So we had that confluence on that day also, as well as driving into that 4-hour liquidity pool. And then we've got a third and final opportunity, again on gold. We're looking at the same exact thing. Nothing has changed on the daily. Let's just jump on the daily and have a look at that trend. We're still printing higher highs and higher lows. Drop back down to the 4-hour. Is price well priced? Yes, well, if we look at this swing point, which is also going to mark out that daily target, which is that highs is where we're going to be buying into. We reached at least the EQ of the range. Price stalled around here, bottomed out. We saw an internal sweep of 4-hour liquidity. With this, we can see that rejection instantly on the actual sweeping candle, which was 50% tail wick. So definite reaction here. Body closed almost at the top of the candle, very bullish candle, which is great. That's what we want to see. Now let's have a look at what happened next. So price actually pushed higher, created a new internal 4-hour low and swept again. So even better still, because we've not taken the target, the high, and we've had a secondary, and this doesn't happen very often, but we've had a secondary 4-hour sweep. So then soon after we get that entry model. Let's drop down to the 15-minute and have a look at this entry. So we're basing it off this secondary 4-hour sweep. What do we get? This is our final bearish 15-minute range, which ran into that 4-hour sweep. We actually get a 15-minute external range structure shift. So it creates a new higher high and a higher low, actually creates another one inside of here very subtly, another higher low, another higher high, and then we're looking at liquidity. Now, this one, we didn't get a 15-minute sweep, which is what I prefer. But if we have trend, we have a target, we have well-priced area in terms of our daily swing range or our 4-hour leg. We also have a target for price to drive into, And we've had a 4-hour liquidity sweep very recently, which we had the same day. That gives me AA plus confidence in executing that trade. And if during New York session, we're getting very close in and it's looking likely we're not going to get a 15-minute sweep, what I will do, and I'll happily do so, is I will drop down to a 5-minute time frame and look for a refined entry, which is basically a sweep on the 5-minute, anticipating the fact that we are probably not going to get one on the 15-minute. And what do we get in here? We get a low, a high, a low, sweep of the previous 5-minute low, and a retrace candle which closes around 3 UK time. So either market execution or a buy stop will quickly get tagged into this. Stop loss placement below these previous lows here. We don't really have any other protection, but giving it some nice breathing space, you can still get a 4 or a 5 to 1 out of this trade. Targeting where? Targeting the all-time highs, which is that daily swing point, and you can see that target was met. The last thing I want to have a look at is that daily confluence on the previous candle closure. What do we get? So this entry was made on the 15th of October. So let's bar replay to the 14th of October and have a look how that day closed. So Monday the 14th, let's go to the daily. Now this one was different, so it's a really nice example of what I said, as the 4-hour as a key driver will override this daily confluence, which is not a hard rule anyway, just a confluence. But what we can see is the Monday actually closed as a wick on the previous day, which you would say standalone would count as a potential for reversal for price to come down to here and then take off. And you wouldn't be wrong just looking at that, which is exactly why I have my 4-hour as a key driver, which will override if it runs into 4-hour liquidity. So if we then drop down to the 4-hour, which we can see where price was engineering these lows, soon after taking the previous day high, what does it do? It takes 4-hour liquidity, reacts, that's our override. This simple and repeatable daily bias system is exactly how I am able to extract 5 figures from the markets consistently every single month, and my students like these are doing the same. If you want results like these, you can apply to work with me one-on-one, no groups, no Discord communities, just one-on-one with me for 6 weeks to get you consistent and profitable. Click on the description below. There will be a link to apply. It's first come, first served, and it is limited spaces. The program is not always open, but get yourself booked in for a discovery call with my team. And if you decide to work with me, then I'll see you on the inside. If not, that's okay. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video and you've come this far. So make sure that before you leave, you hit that subscribe button. I upload weekly free content just like this. So subscribing to the channel really helps the channel grow and reach more people. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.